Howdy, and welcome back to the Texas Bucket List. It's time to raise your glasses yet again, this time with some Texas wine. You see, over near the geographical center of the Lone Star State is a unique Texas winery owned by a former NFL defensive tackle. Turns out he found out crushing grapes is a much more refined way of life. On a sunny spring day in central Texas, before temperatures get unbearably hot, a stiff breeze blows black-eyed Susans back and forth. The cattle don't seem to mind the whipping winds keeping away the horn flies, and neither do the budding grapes at the Dotson-Cervantes winery.
Guess who grows the fruit? Me and the little old lady over there.
Alphonse Dotson and his wife Martha own this small Texas winery just southeast of Brady.
He likes sweet. I enjoy dry wines, bold.
We grow Chardonnay, Merlot, Cab, Petit Verdot, Alicante Bruchet, Muscat Canelli, Muscat Giallo. That's us.
Originally from Houston, Alphonse has been working on this dream since he was a boy.
Growing up, I had watched the elderly men in my life complain about retiring and having nothing to do. So I said, you know what, I'm not gonna go out like that.
So in 1997, he bought this piece of land and planted grapes.
It's so strange to pull into your lot and see cactus, 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 vineyard.
Right, yeah. I did that intentionally. You know, I left the cactus there, and it's like being in the briar patch.
Being in a briar patch is something Alphonse is familiar with after being in the trenches of the gridiron.
At what point did football become part of your life?
Wow.
A highly recruited defensive tackle out of Jack Yates High School, Alphonse turned down an opportunity to play at Michigan and instead chose Grambling.
The first thing they said to my mom, he's gonna graduate. I said, I'm not worried about him graduating. He has no choice.
After college, he was drafted by the Chiefs. But the Chiefs had to have a powwow with their new player who happened to have a little chip on his shoulder.
They say I developed a bad attitude, maybe. Hank Stram comes out one day and walks across the field and says, Alphonse, your personality fits one team and I just traded your derriere to Oakland, where I lived happily ever after.
That's a perfect fit.
In 1968, he played in the Super Bowl, but the Raiders lost to the Green Bay Packers 33-17.
We almost won, but almost only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes.
Alphonse played for 5 years in the NFL, but then life took him on a grand adventure. It was a trip to Acapulco to get away and find a little inner peace that would change his life forever.
Gave myself a list of rules. No discos, no beach, chasing no women, gonna get rid of some girlfriends back home, get rid of some relatives too, and listen to the music in the lobby bar. And then this little lady walked out, and I looked to the heavens and I said, God, why are you messing with me, with another descriptive adjective? I said, because I didn't come to find a wife.
That lady was Martha.
What was it like to walk into that room in 1983 and see Alphonse?
I was not impressed at all.
Went courting the old-fashioned way and kidnapped her.
It's a very dangerous word in Mexico.
Yeah, it is a dangerous word. I'm my brother.
He says he had to go to courtship the way they do it in Mexico.
Wow, well, that's something else.
That was different.
Turns out Alphonse's new approach to life worked.
Did he have that $1 million smile back then too?
Always had that beautiful smile. Yes, yes, he did.
After 15 years of living in Mexico, Alphonse was ready for a change of pace. And that dream of owning a winery started aging in his mind.
It was time to leave Acapulco and come and find something else to do, which was growing grapes.
All of a sudden he says, we're going to move to Texas, and he says, we're going to grow grapes. And I said, Alphonse, We have plenty of plants here in the house, and you don't even water them. I said, how are we going to grow grapes?
He's going to give up playing chess, going deep sea fishing, closing up discos, and drinking mezcal. He has to be on something.
We have worked shoulder to shoulder since day one. When he decided that we were going to make this, I said, well, let's go for it.
25 years later, the Dotson-Cervantes winery has created some fine wines, won awards, and welcomed all sorts of visitors to their small spot in the state.
We produce on somewhere between 550, 650 cases.
You got the best 500 cases in the state of Texas.
Thank you. Yeah.
Man, that's good.
It's good.
Very good.
Right?
Yes.
The most satisfying part is to pour a glass of wine and hoping that the person will have a smile on his face.
When we're going around and we get to that particular vat or barrel or particular blend and say, damn, how many cases? Say, oh, you know, it might make about 100 and so, 150. And then we look at each other and say, do we really want to sell it or just drink it from the barrel?
So you're hiding the good stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You get feisty with him?
Oh gosh, yes,
You have to order them around?
I do. Otherwise you wouldn't have made it.
It's like an experience of the ladies that you were chasing. The softness, the gentleness, some a little taut and hard to deal with, and then you find one that's just smooth and silky. That's what I like about it.
Well, cheers. Thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome. Cheers.